Hello and welcome back to my channel, Cozygamer Jessa. I'm Jessa, and in today's video, we are going to be decorating some villager houses. So we have Mint's house, Ione's house, and we're going to be doing Bob's house. So Ione and Mint's house don't really have to be decorated, but I felt like why not? Let's decorate their house so they don't feel left out. So first thing is we have to go to resident services and we have to initiate the process. And if you didn't know, once you've completed, I think 30 houses in Happy Home Paradise, don't quote me on that, I might be wrong, but you have to do quite a few houses, vacation homes, and then you'll unlock the ability to decorate your villager houses on your island. So that is going to cost us 9,000 bells, which isn't too bad because in exchange we'll get 1,000 Nook Miles, which can go to Nook Mile tickets, and we are in desperate need of Nook Mile tickets because we still have to find Apple for this island. So we might as well do all of the villager houses and rack up all of the Nook Miles so we'll have more. As you can see, we are already doing Bob's exterior, and I wanted it to kind of match Mint's and Ione's house, so I made it teal with a pink roof because that's pretty much the colors of our island, is a lot of teal, a lot of pink, so that's what we went with. And I really do not like the inside of Bob's house, so we are going to change it. I do want to keep the theme because obviously he likes childish stuff, so we're going to still make his little interior super cute, have toys. Pretty much just gonna mute the palette a little bit and make it a little more pink and blue and purple because I don't know, I just don't think the bright red and those bright vibrant colors are the move. And so that's what we're doing. We're picking out some cute items from the catalog, and this is my usual technique. I pick out items that I'm will look good in this room, and then I usually organize them, get rid of them, do whatever I need to do to make this house look pretty cute. I did decide to use some of the messy items or sloppy items because Bob is kind of sloppy. I know a lot of his dialogue includes bugs in his house, so that's why we gave him the sloppy couch. But it is in pink, so it's cute. And I really like the dreamy items, so I do use that quite a bit in these builds. Our island has a lot of dreamy items on it also, so that's just part of our vibe, okay? Okay, but hear me out. I don't want to be a complainer or anything, but I really wish when they added Happy Home Paradise and they allowed us to decorate villager houses on your island, like I'm doing now, I wish that they allowed us to use more of the features from Happy Home Paradise, and by that I mean making the room bigger or giving them a second floor, because I don't know, I just want to do so much with these villager houses, but it's so tiny, I can barely do anything. You know what I mean? Because I would love to add a kitchen, bathroom, living room, a separate bedroom, but I just can't do that in this tiny little area. So that's what I wish they would have done with the Happy Home Paradise, because I mean, it is a paid DLC, and I think, I really like it, but I just wish they would have added that. Okay, rant over. So one thing I try to keep the same in these builds is if they had a kitchen or say a workbench in their house, I did try to add that back in just so you're able to, I'm able to still collect those DIYs when they're crafting in their house, because if you don't put a crafting table, it's going to be harder to get DIYs. So that's why I placed the crafting table, and lucky for us, we got a really cute one, and I thought this build came out really cute, really adorable. I used some of the cat items like the cat bowl and the catnip. Missed opportunity, but I didn't use the cat tree. I thought in my head, I was yeah, I'm definitely going to use the cat tree, but I completely forgot. I don't know if I ran out of space, which it looks like I did kind of run out of space, but I really wish I would have added that. I might add that in like in the future, but I don't know if it's worth it to spend, 9,000 bells just to put a cat tree in. But of course, I'm going to add a cute little gyroid. I think they're so adorable as decoration on my island and inside the houses. So definitely using that, and some wall decorations. Of course, we got some starlights. And I was thinking about this like tool rack, but I felt like it looked too weird. But this is the finished build for Bob's interior. I try to separate the bed in the living room area, so that's why we used the panels. I thought it came out pretty cute, and we are moving on to our next house. So I did have to do a little bit of time traveling throughout this video because you can only do one house at a time. For some reason, I thought you could do multiple, like in one day, which I think it makes sense that you have to time travel one day because usually you can only like move one house or stuff like that with the construction. So it makes sense. I don't know why I thought that, but it is the next day and we're going to be doing Mint's house. Actually, I don't think I've been in Mint's house, or at least I can't remember the interior. I probably have been in there, but I honestly cannot remember what her house looks like, like on the inside. We are gonna do the outside, but just a little bit. I just wanted to give her a pink door and a lighter colored roof. Nothing too crazy. We're still gonna keep the same shape and the teal. I just thought it would be more cohesive if we gave her a little bit of pink to her house, so it'll match the rest of the houses. And I was looking for a reef for a little bit, but we found one. Okay, so let's go in the interior and see what we're working with. So it's kind of giving spa bathroom vibes. So we're definitely going to have to give her a bathroom because I feel bad redecorating her house and then not giving her a bathroom. Like that just seems kind of mean to, oh, I'm going to redecorate your house, but I'm going to take your shower away. Like, no, I can't do that. So I do have some partition walls to try to make a makeshift bathroom. And again, we're going to go for like pink, purple, pastel-y colors, like light colors. I didn't want it to be too vibrant, and I wanted it to kind of match our island. So we went with this light floor and some stripes, which I thought were pretty cute. So we are going to try to, of course, add a kitchen and like bedroom area, and that's what I'm kind of working on now. Well, I was trying to make a door with this curtain thing, but it looked kind of weird, so I got rid of it. I've seen someone else do that on TikTok, and I was like, oh, that's a smart idea, but when I did it, I was like, oh, that's weird. But we're gonna try to figure out the layout of this area, because it is a weird shape. So it did take me quite a bit of time to figure out where the couch can go and like where the bathroom fits best. Like I always thought like the back of the room would be best, so you can have an open area for the living room and kitchen, and that little corner for the bedroom like in the back. So Mint's house was a little more difficult than the other houses, mainly because we had to add the bathroom and the partition walls take up like so much space, but I did try my best to get everything I wanted inside of her house. So it didn't look like she had a like workbench or a kitchen in her original house, so I ended up giving her a kitchen because why not. So we have the ranch style sink, and we have a cute little stove that we're gonna add in. Right now I'm just piling up everything I want. I know it looks a mess, but it's just like my process. Like go through the whole catalog, pick out the cutest items, organize them, and that is what I'm doing now, trying to figure out this bathroom layout. So we were thinking putting the kitchen over here, but I wanted it to be walkable. So I was trying to figure out how am I going to fit a kitchen in this corner and like a dining table, like a little tiny one. Because I originally wanted somewhere to eat, because like having a kitchen but nowhere to eat is kind of weird. I mean, I guess she could eat on the couch, in theory. But I did mess around with this layout quite a bit. Like it took me a hot minute trying to figure out where I can put everything, because I wanted to add the flower, I wanted the little lily radio. I wanted all of this stuff. But I do eventually figure it out. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Because I love decorating houses. And one thing about me is I'm going to figure it out. So that's what I'm doing. Just trying to move things around. So a little bit off topic. But if you've been watching the rest of the series, you know that we are looking for Apple in our villager hunts. Like, she's the main inspiration to create this island. And we have not gotten her on this island yet, which is kind of sad. But right now I am working on trying to get Pashmina off of this island so we can go villager hunting and look for Apple, because she is the only, like, the last villager that needs to be moved off. So I am trying my hardest, like, behind the scenes, doing like the Nook Mile Plus tasks every day and trying to rack up the Nook Miles, and also time traveling so Pashmina wants to leave, because she has been the only villager that has not asked me to leave, which is pretty crazy because everyone else on this island that I love has asked me to leave. Like, Cody has asked me twice, Mint has asked me when we were doing the campsite villager, Ione volunteered as tribute, and I'm like, what are you doing? You belong on this island. Why are you trying to leave? But that's what is going on in the behind the scenes. Trying to get Nook Mile tickets, trying to get Pashmina off of this island. Eventually we will. I'm thinking about, if we do not get Apple, we might need to start making, funeral plans or something, because this island is almost built up. The time is ticking. I mean, I'm hoping that we get Apple, but we'll see. So we are finishing up this build right now. I'm just adding some rugs, which I think rugs look pretty cute on the wood floor. So adding a couple of those. Got a little welcome mat. Well, it doesn't say welcome, but you can wipe your feet off when you come in. And I thought this looked pretty cute. I really love the layout of the bathroom. I do think it worked out in the end, and we were able to fit our table, which was, A+. No stove though, but that's okay. Let's pick this little music, and then I'll play in her house. Fantastic. I think this looks so cute. I love Mint's house. And I love that the toilet works and the shower. So she can still shower and have her bathroom dreams. I think it came out really good. But we are moving on to our last house of the day, which is Ione's house. And last time I went to Ione's house was when she first moved on the island, and I vaguely remember it as like a gamer girl dungeon. So we are going to make sure to incorporate some of those elements into her house, so it's not much different. Because really, her house was not bad to begin with. I thought it was pretty cute on the inside. So we're not going to go crazy and change it up like we did with Bob's. We're going to try to keep some of the same items that she had. Maybe just enhance her house. So I gave her the same exterior as Mint, but a different reef, just so they can look, very similar. I mean, they looked very similar before, but I really wanted to add the pink door and the reef. So that's what we did. Very easy, simple. See, the inside of her house is not too bad. I think it's one of the better villager houses, but I still wanted to change it just because, I've already done those other two houses, so I might as well try to give her something even better, even though her house was already pretty good to start with. I did have a difficult time figuring out what could be better than what she has now, because I had such a limited amount of wallpapers. I was trying to figure out would it be dumb to keep the same wallpaper or try something new? But then I was like, but this wallpaper looks so good. It was just like a back and forth internal fight. And I wanted to give her a big bed, but again, the room is so small. You can only do so much. So originally that was my first thought, giant big bed for her. We ended up going against it, and I kind of hated the accent wall, so I got rid of it. I just thought she needed windows, but maybe she doesn't need windows. Maybe she doesn't like them. We can pretend. So I do plan on redecorating the other villager houses like Chrissy and Francine and who else? I think that's it. Well, I plan to redecorate their houses, but I'm not going to change the exterior. I might add like some pink accent, like a pink door or something. I can't even remember what they look like on the outside, but we're not going to do that in this video because this one's already getting a little lengthy and I don't know how long it's actually going to be right now, so we'll save that for another day. So we're just going to finish Ione's house and then call it a day. I am adding back the gamer desk and the gamer chair because that was originally in her house, so I was like, yeah, we're definitely gonna bring that back. I'm not gonna redecorate her house and take her computer. That's insane. We have a little cute kitchen and a mini fridge because what gamer doesn't have a mini fridge, right? Well, I don't, but I can dream. I would love one. Put my zero sugar sodas in it. But I wanted to give her a little workbench, so I tried to pick the tiny one, like, because the other ones were way too big and we already had so much going on in this room, so we had to go with the tiny one and the twin bed, I know. So I really wanted to give her the kitchen, the gaming area, of course a bed, but I also really wanted a living room area, like a couch and TV. But at this point, I was like, where am I going to fit a couch and TV in this area? There's like way too much going on. So I really do love those stools. They're like DIY stools. And I wish I had the actual DIY to use them on my island, but I don't. Well, anyways, we get rid of them and we put a couch instead, which I don't know if it looks super weird to have the couch up against the little table in the kitchen, but I really wanted a couch. So that is what I did. I got rid of the stools and I wanted to have a big TV on the wall for her. So we got this big white comfy couch, and originally I was like, hey, maybe the stools will fit, but there's no way. Absolutely no way. So we took away the stools. We have a little console table to put under the TV, and we can look for some cute little decorations to put on the table, which the decorations really pull the space together. Like, it makes it look really lived in. So we have the water pitcher, the little dish rack thing. I think it looks pretty cute. Maybe a food item, perhaps. A little ramen noodles. Of course, I wanted to add a Nintendo Switch because, of course, Ione has a Nintendo. Why wouldn't she have a Switch? And we have some headphones, and they're a little custom decorated with Apple's face. She might not be on the island physically, but in spirit, she's here. So we're just adding or finishing touches, and this room is really coming together. I think it is super cute. It's like a little streamer gamer house. The last thing we'll add is some wall decorations. We have some cute little gyroids, maybe a little KK slider poster. So this is Ione's finished house, and I think it is so adorable. I hope these houses gave you inspiration for your villager houses. Hope you enjoyed the video, and leave a like, comment, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!